I'm going to show you FindTime. So I made a little, really quick, down and dirty PowerPoint for FindTime, and then I'm going to show you my horrible email, and I apologize from the beginning because my email is, you know, a wreck, but that's okay. So in my view, FindTime is the best app ever. Why is it the best app ever? Because it helped me get away from the dreaded doodle poll or the 50 million emails back and forth that we normally send when we're trying to schedule a meeting, right? Finding time that we all can meet together. It's an Office 365 add-in, so it's part of the Microsoft universe, so it connects very seamlessly to our system. It is seamless scheduling because it connects to both Outlook calendars and people's email. And like I said, cause doodle polls, yeah, not my favorite thing, right? So we want to work smarter, not harder. We all do, and save our time and save all those extra emails in our email box. So how do we get started? It's really simple. Download the free FindTime app, and I'll show you kind of the process, and then you guys can, you know, go ahead and do that for yourselves. Then you just open your Office email account, and that's it. It's open. It's an actual tile that shows up in your Office email account. After you have it there, after you have that add-in, scheduling is a breeze, and you just create a poll using FindTime. So you need to either create a new email or select an email to reply to. So say there's 4 people that want to have a meeting, you're scheduling that meeting, you hit reply, and then all 4 of those people's schedules would be available to you to find that, that consistent time or consistent times throughout, right? List the people, other people maybe that are required for the meeting, and if anybody's optional, they go into that CC part of the email, right? So that automatically makes them optional for that meeting, okay? In the Home tab, you're gonna select Reply with the meeting poll, then select the meeting times, and I'm gonna show you some screenshots of what that looks like. And then FindTime will look through the schedules automatically and will suggest for you times that everyone's available. It will also show you in red when people aren't available. So if you've got someone who is an optional participant and their schedule may be redded out, you may want to select that time if that's, you know, the best time for all those that are required. So this is what it looks like in your email account. So you see up here, you would have a FindTime tile, right? If you're looking at your email from the first view, and this is from the app view, it'll be down the bottom, right? So depending on the overview that you get for your email and your interface, it could be either at the top or at the bottom once you load the FindTime in. And again, you have to add it as an add-in. Here's how it looks step by step. So you'd open a brand new email. This is to Mary Kim Malley, right? And you'll get a FindTime where it'll give you dates that you can select from. Okay, so it'll give you usually the current week. I set this up yesterday. So it gives me this current week, right? So it wouldn't give me times on Monday, but it gave me times Tuesday and other times during the week. Now you can see by this green bar on the bottom, there are times available in each of these, on each of these dates that are consistent in both of our calendars. You can set that meeting duration for different times. So mine defaults to 30 minutes, but you can change that to 45 minutes or an hour, and you can block it to only work hours, which will give you like an 8 to 4 schedule. Just be aware of that. And then when you go in and you select some times, you can select as many times as you want over multiple dates. You can even go through a calendar and change it through multiple weeks. So I could have forwarded here to then the week of the 20th and even to the week of the 27th and further out. Here's what the grid looks like for you to select times. So where you see 2 little green people, that means we're both available. So I can select any of those times that I like, and that will come up into, when I click next, this meeting invite that goes into your email, right? And it'll tell you you're done and you can get out of FindTime. And this is what it shows up like in the interface for the meeting. And then you just click here to select options, or Mary Kay would when she received that email, and she could pick one or more of those times. Just be aware that once your last person votes, so if you're inviting 4 people to a meeting, once that 4th person votes, FindTime will automatically schedule that meeting for the first available time for all of those people. So if Mary Kay went in and she selected both, we'll say 8:30 and 12:30 on the 15th, it would automatically schedule us for 8:30 on the 15th. FindTime invitations, just so you're aware, will link you directly to your team's like area, your team's collaborating area in Teams. You can delete all that once you get that meeting set on a schedule and put a different Zoom link in there. So you can change that meeting, and then it will send out that update to your participants. People asked about managing multiple accounts. You can make it work. The function depends on the level of access that you've been granted by your administrator's account, right? So it depends on the access. You can use FindTime to create it, to create a meeting invite from a new email in the administrator's account to start that survey or that FindTime poll. If you have any questions or any issues and you want a more integrated system, if you're managing multiple accounts, multiple email accounts for administrators, ITG, and I talked to Michael Shellman about this, ITG at Drexel would be more than happy to go through a process with some specifics that would give you an ideal setup for your particular workload, right, for your particular workflow. Right? So if you have something that's more complex, they are more than happy to work with you, and they say they've seen no problem with managing multiple accounts. And that's it. That's all I have there we go. All right, so I have a new meeting or a new email open, right? And again, I'm gonna bug my friend or my friends. And this is just test, right? So you see your FindTime once you set it up, your FindTime app, the tile will be at the bottom for this particular interface. This is the one that I use most often. So I'm gonna try to schedule a meeting between Mary Kay and Fran and I. This is gonna look at all of our available times. Again, it's set for me for 30 minutes during work hours. It's gonna start our scheduling on Wednesday, right? But I can move forward if I'm like, I don't want to talk to them on Wednesday. Maybe I don't even want to talk to them this week. You can see by the bottom, means this like kind of grayed out green means there's limited times on that date. Here, this means there's no times we can meet on this date. You know, so if I go here, that's what this will look like, right? So you'll see who's free. So I'm free and Fran is free, but Mary Kay is not, right? And that's what it will look like in any of those time frames when their calendar is full. So you can see you're looking for an area where all your little peeps are green. So I'm just gonna pick a couple different times. And then you'll click next. And then this blue button here where it says add to email, we'll put then that selection poll in that email, or you can click back to go back and schedule more times, like, oh crap, no, yeah, Thursday, but let's try Monday again. And it will just add whatever other times you pick. So now we're up to 7 times selected. When you click add to email, it creates the poll, says I'm done. I don't want to edit the poll. I'm happy with what I have. And then this is the interface that it looks like, that it'll look like when it's sent to them. And then I just would click send. I'm not going to send this because they'll get this notification, be like, well, what is Donna talking about? What's she doing? So that way that poll would be sent. There's a function also where you're able to go in and look at your scheduled meetings. So you can go into FindTime online and see all of the meetings that you're currently trying to schedule, and you can also edit those meetings from there. So while they're still out and running for polls, you can send a reminder like you haven't responded to the poll yet. You can just click in from there for them to, you know, a reminder to, can you schedule any of these times? You can also adjust the times, like Amanda, like you're saying, if suddenly you've got a poll out there that you made at 9 o'clock in the morning, and now that, you know, now you realize, oh my goodness, no, those times aren't going to work. I can go in and just change those in that interface.